Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video we have this 2021 Audi Q5 and we're going to do the front bezel chrome delete installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation on the bezel, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material, that way it changes the look on the chrome and also it gives it a more sportier look. If you like the product, link for the product will be in the description below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So before starting with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the panel. So to prep it, all you need is your spray bottle mixed with water and baby shampoo. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and just start cleaning the whole entire bezel. Make sure you remove any dirt or any other contaminants that the panel may have, and also make sure that it doesn't have any wax or any coating, because if it does, you're going to have a hard time installing the film since it's going to slip off. Okay, so we're going to start by installing the piece that goes right in the front panel of the bezel. So with this one, align it right on the curved area of the panel, so around there, and slowly, little by little, align it to the body line of the bezel here. So you should reach and cover this section here, bring it inside, and just follow the alignment of the bezel to align the film. And finish off on this side. So just lift it, make sure it's aligned, follow the design of the panel, and it covers everything here. So now all we need to do is grab our squeegee, start tacking down to secure the film, and around the curved areas we're just going to help tack it down with heat. So once we tack down everything, we can start applying the heat. So grab your heat gun and apply heat on all the edges that are still lifting. Okay, now that this section is done, we're moving on to the next piece. Okay, so for this section of the panel, we're going to start off by aligning it on this edge first. So make sure when you align it, you align it to the design of the bezel. So it should cover like this and all the chrome, and then just help it tack down, take it to the top. If you need to lift to adjust the film, you can. Take your time, help it tack down on the curve here with your finger, and just help it tack down on the edge. Once you place the film, grab your squeegee and tack down the film. So whatever that can be tucked inside this gap here, you could tuck it in to get more coverage on the inside. And whatever that can be tucked in, you would just trim it off. Okay, so just grab your blade and start trimming off all the pieces that we don't need. Just take your time to trim off the excess material. And that's pretty much it. Now we move on to the pieces that go inside the panel here. So now we move on to the inside piece here. So with this one, align it right in the middle between the curve of this section and this section of the panel. So align it and tuck it inside. Make sure it's covering the chrome on the inside and tack it down. And then just do the same here. Make sure you give yourself enough material to tuck in inside. So place the film, grab your squeegee and tuck it inside. And then just help it tack down to the curve here with your finger, and it should cover inside as well. And now we're going to grab our heat gun to help tack down around this curve here, to tack it down here and secure it, and anywhere else on the curved areas to secure the film. So apply heat, let it cool off for a couple seconds, and then tack it down with your finger. And if you have excess material, you would trim it off right here. But if you don't, and if it sits perfectly aligned, then you should be good. And now you move on with the next piece, which covers this section here. So for the next piece that goes here, start off around the curved area and match it to the design of this piece, and work your way slowly, little by little, until you reach the bottom edge, and it should cover everything. And all you need to do now is just go slow. You can use your squeegee as well to help it tack down inside. And as you can see, it does full coverage, and you would just trim off all this excess material afterwards. You'll just make sure before you do that everything's covered. If not, you would have to lift, readjust it. If it's covered everything here, you should be good. And then grab your blade and just slowly, little by little, trim off the excess material we don't need. once you finish trimming off all this excess material, then you move on to installing the next piece, which covers the top section here. Okay, this one may be a little hard to see, but all you need to do is align this section of the film to where you left off on this side. So align it and work your way on tucking in the film inside to get full coverage. If you need to lift and readjust it, you can. So just lift it carefully and adjust the film. Grab your squeegee, tuck it inside, and then any extra material that you have, you will just trim off the extra material. So grab your blade, follow the small gap here that the panel has already here. And then once you trim off all this excess material, you can move on with the next two pieces, which covers the inside here, which is a little tricky to install. Okay, now we move on to this section. So for the pieces that go inside this section of the panel, we made them into two separate pieces. That way it's easier for you to go about the installation. So for the first piece that goes on the bottom, you would align it where you left off with this panel here, and you will need to tuck the film inside. So tuck it inside. Once you see that you have enough coverage on the inside, place it down. You would grab your squeegee and tack it inside as much as you can. And then the edge here, you just help it tack down to the edge. So it is a small tight area to work with, but just help it tuck inside for this piece and the piece that goes here too as well. So with this one, start where you left off with this piece here on the top, align it on the edge where you left off. So tuck it inside and help it align inside. Make sure you're covering all the chrome too. So lift it and align it to the design. And you grab your squeegee and just tack down the inside panel. And that's pretty much it for this one. Just make sure everything's covered and you should be good. And now we move on to the last piece, which covers this section here. Okay, so for this last piece, we're going to start by aligning it on the top section first. So leave it like this. Just make sure you give yourself enough material to cover the top, and slowly make your way and aligning it to the body line of the bezel. So make sure you're covering everything. So if you need to reset, you can start there. Follow it until you reach to the lower end here. It should give you coverage there. Grab your squeegee, tuck in the film inside. Since there's a small gap, you could tuck in, and then just squeegee out the rest of the film to remove the air. And then just finish off tacking it down. And now you have full coverage on the whole section here. And then any extra material that you have, you would just come back and trim it off. Once you're done trimming, you would post-heat the entire film. Okay, so once you finish installing the whole bezel on this section and on the other side of the vehicle, the last thing to do would be to post-heat the entire panel. So what you would need in order to post-heat would be your heat gun. And all you need to do is start applying heat all over the panel to help the adhesive activate faster, and tack down any pieces that are still lifting or around the corner as well to secure it to the panel. And then once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation for the bezel. Okay, so that concludes the installation video for the Chrome Delete installation for the bezel for the 2021 Audi Q5. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If it did, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any upcoming installation videos. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.